And of course, the first ever presidential elections in Botswana took place last night, where we saw four parties, or rather four presidential candidates, face off in a debate that was meant to address the needs of Botswana and indeed round up this period of electioneering in Botswana. This is the Voice on Politics. I'm Kelab Radihutso, and today we're going to be analyzing those particular debates, that particular debate, and I'm joined in the studio this time around by two people who are political and social commentators. I'm first joined by author, consultant, and a former public servant, Me Galaletsang Dinzi. Dumela Me Dinzi.
Hi, Kello.
Are you good?
I am.
Yes, Medinzi, like I said, is a former public servant. She does have quite an impressive record in that regard. We'll discuss it some other time. It's quite impressive. As I said, she's also an author of this book, Making Your Way Through the Maze. Do make time and get it for yourself. But I'm also joined in the studio by political lecturer, political analyst, Rekia Oleboha Dipuriso, sometimes referred to as Ras. Good afternoon, sir. Ras, of course, like I said, is a political lecturer at the University of Botswana, as well as a political analyst, and he's here to actually help us break these issues down. This is what we're going to do on this particular issue. We are going to candidate by candidate, with maybe assessing what is it that they did right, what is it that they did wrong, and indeed if they communicated. Do remember that this is a special program brought to you by the Voice newspaper with a view to actually sharing some of the more critical, some of the more important aspects of the electioneering process as a build-up to our 24-hour rolling coverage of the elections on the 23rd, 24th, and maybe on the 25th, if indeed it will get to that. So basically, this is a special program by the Voice newspaper to help you, the voter, actually address and understand our politics in Botswana. You do, of course, can take advantage of this particular platform by getting in touch with our sales team, being Loretta Mekwe, on 7602-7544. That is 7602-7544. Loretta Mekwe. Of course, you do know that it is the best platform to actually partner with us to sell yourself. Anyway, when you get back to the discussion, I'm going to start with you, Me Dinzi. What was your view about the presidential elections yesterday?
It was quite interesting. Like you said, it was the first ever. So from that point, obviously it's interesting. Do you want me now to go into one-on-one?
We'll get into that. I just wanted really to get an appreciation of the initiative itself. Is this something that you think was good? Do you think we got it right? That sort of thing.
Yes.
Really.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, I like the fact that we have rallies. Rallies started way before the debate. So obviously the rallies serve market or the so I think debate and we had a ball. I mean, we enjoyed ourselves in the sense that obviously in the debate it's more serious and the issues and the content is richer than so I think I like the platform because, like I say, platform debate. So the debate was another good platform to drive the message home for our presidential contenders.
So your views about the rally?
Yes,
the debates.
Yes, it's quite interesting that we had such a development, yes, which I think Botswana have been yearning for, and these are some of the things that never happened in the past, and particularly the past regime of Ray Khama, which was more, abhorrent to dialogue and all of that. And I think Botswana should take this as maybe as a genesis of good things, if at all it should be sustained beyond the elections, because I don't think it's important only to dialogue before elections. It's also important to create these forums post-elections to also evaluate the performance of those who would have been elected on the 23rd. Yes.
Okay, now we can get on with it. The first person to speak in the president of Botswana, certainly unusual. I know I was actually thinking one of the viewers going to come after me, the first ever elections. We'll get to that anyway. Remasisi, what was your impression of what he delivered as a president, as the incumbent? Yes.
I think Remasisi, not only from this debate, from every time he speaks of this is the new BDP, this is the Rain Chofat. Yes. So when he came out clearly to say, Rain Chofasa, you can trust us now, and we're going to claim ha le gore go senyegile teng kana ra o simolla sesha. So I think because it's not only that debate from where he started, I think he's constant in his message to say that this is the new Botswana.
I got the feeling that Ramasisi was a bit too subdued, measured times. He spoke in a measured manner. Wasn't really coming out. There are times when he speaks and you get the feeling that he's excited. He's trying to excite people. I didn't see that. He was quite laid back, quite measured. What do you think brought that out?
Debate are planned. As much as it was actually the BDP. So what I thought, maybe I see on a Sunday, 3 to 4 days before the debate, I think they sat with his handlers. I mean, sorry to use that language, but so Council of Elders, wherever you want to call them, I think they planned that he becomes softer.
Okay.
He was actually told because you need to judge your mood, the mood you have mood the content and mood you have. So he softened. Yes, I've seen Masisi, and I think not just me, we've seen MEK being loud. He can be loud, let me just use the word that, but he was not. He was really, and all through the debate I never thought that when Council of Elders, the handlers, or whatever we want to call them.
Did it work for him? Did it work against him? Your view on the president's presentation?
Well, I thought that the president, as I already mentioned, was calm, and he did quite well in responding to the questions, the level at which they were asked, not in terms of the interventions that are needed. This is because of two issues that he was actually defending incumbency, which is quite a difficult thing to do, particularly where you emerged from a dictatorial regime, which was responsible for a lot of things that were probably a cause of animosity around the country. And obviously him as an individual, he had challenges, responding to his association with his regime, with this regime, and him as an individual, responding to questions that asked specifically about his role in the regime and going forward, how he's going to handle certain issues such as.
One would have thought several opportunities where he could have broken down some of his pet projects really by drawing attention more to them. I'm speaking specifically Kanya when he was asked about ownership economy in Botswana, and he sort of like he didn't really get into it. But you would have expected him, being the person who came up with the idea to at least have had a comprehensive position on that, to say this is how I'm going to give the economy back to Botswana. Don't you think he should have found maybe his space in there and then ran with it and then drew attention because I didn't really pick exactly what is it that they will do other than Abu Citizen Empowerment Act, which they rejected 5 years ago?
Well, I thought it was only possible to confine to a thematic position that they are going to have an inclusive economy. And thereby making it very difficult to go into the nitty-gritties of how it is going to be actually implemented. We all know, as I already mentioned, that they are part of the problem that caused and I don't think time allowed him to go into the nitty-gritties of how they're actually going to implement.
Okay, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, I want us to go as quickly as possible through the other remaining three candidates. The idea being for us to appreciate whether they actually saw themselves well, because it sounds like you are quite comfortable with how Ramasisi handled himself. You generally think he did a decent enough job. He held at least this audience, and you're quite happy with that. So when we come back, that is what you're going to be looking into. I just want you to get ready for that particular one. Okay. We're going for a short break. When we come back, we'll be focusing on that, and do remember that this is an opportunity for you to actually do partner with us, as we'll be doing a rolling coverage of the 2019 general elections. We'll be right back.
what you're looking for.
Your specially grilled newspaper, spiced with lifestyle, sport, entertainment, politics, business, and international news. The Voice is available every Friday. Subscribe now. The Voice.
Welcome back. This is The Voice on Politics. I'm Galabadu Hood. So we continue our discussion, our analysis really of the presidential elections that took place last night. And I'm in the studio with political commentator, social commentator, author, and consultant Kgalaletzang Dintsi. And I'm also in the studio with political analyst, political lecturer at the University of Botswana, Rekia Oleboga Dipuriso. And earlier on, we were discussing how Ramasisi did yesterday. You sounded fairly comfortable with his performance. With at least he managed to hold on, did not disappoint those who probably would have otherwise thought about him, or at least the supporters. Then let's move on to the next person after that, Nele Reboko. I hope I did not get that wrong in terms of the order. I do believe it was Reboko. Medinzi, your views about Reboko's presentation as the presidential candidate for UDC?
Well, it was an interesting one in the sense that how he started his debate. I think I'm just going to go to how he started how he spent 2-3 minutes of his debate. It was on name calling, and for me that didn't come out rightly. For me, I don't know about others, so I felt how you introduce yourself. That's when, before even the questions, so they were asked to introduce themselves. That's where you really sell yourself. So when you sell yourself, or die and also a party, not as yourself. So I felt it was a bit arrogant, if it's a right way to use your platform. I felt it's very arrogant, and because they say they are ready for the 24th for about air power, I would have dealt more. I don't want to feel like to go introduce that is not important. Then I would have introduced the manifesto, and maybe spend a bit of time get how am I going to implement that? Because the how is the most important thing in any debate, not so the most important thing is the how.
So your view on Arabok?
Well, ke tsa gore ya ka megala le tsa sa tswa go bua gongwe mongwe ka soloela gore se se buiwang ko debating ke se leng gore se representa dikeletso tsa ba eteletsweng ba yaano gongwe mongwe o ka belela gore a ne sone se ne se displayiwa ke Reboko, and is it representative of what are the values that are held by his followers? And as we went through social media this morning and last night, there was an outrage over the conduct that he displayed. And obviously, whether that is a good thing or not, ke khanya ba topi ka bo bone gore bana ba ta tsa tshwetseng jang ka gore nako tse dingwe go na le gore batho ba itumelle tse leng gore go ngwe di akangwa gore ha di a siama, mme ebile nako tse dingwe batho ba ka itumella tse leng gore di siame hela. Yaanong gone to that level ke dumela gore gongwe go nnile le a disruption in expectations gore gongwe no go sologetse gore debate ka se leng gore ha debate hedile go buiwa ka sone ke se ne se tshwantse gore se nne molaetsa go batswane e seng boitsholo ba baneng ba tsa karolo.
So in other words, because we have not even gotten to his content. What could he have done better? We actually discussed the content there, but why is this? Why are you so obsessed about this? How do we end up here?
Well,
and what do you think brought it out? Why do you think he adopted that particular
not to me. I think habat bato pile puso abone. Ga o nyatsa se leng gore kana o bitsa puso batho ba ba eteletseng maina. Gora o bitsa bone batho ba bato pile. Ya no ke sone se leng gore gongwe in a democracy or a government setup is a representation of the will of the people. And therefore if people elected a group of individuals into power, if you look at them with such contempt, then it means certainly that you are extending the contempt to those that appointed them into power. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. We'll address that towards the end because I'm very interested in what your views are. Do you think the words you are using were necessarily bad? Kind of just think they were overused? Just to share my view, I don't think it was a problem. Okay, fine. Introduce, I thought he wanted to save time. I was a bit disappointed that he then focused too much on but I even on Twitter I defended him and then he just went on and on about it. Would say. How do you think? Do you think he was trying to achieve by using that refrain? What do you think he was trying to achieve?
I think he was trying to provoke somebody, maybe. And maybe he thought if he used words like that, one of the opponents might also get into that space. So I don't know. I think that's what he was trying to achieve. Because he didn't only say it in the introduction. Every time I was evoke as an emotion, which didn't work well with us, the voters. I get it. I commentator on Facebook since yesterday. So would you like that?
Your views on how he made his presentation?
Well, I thought that Arenda Bahaolate was on point to what he wanted to communicate with Botswana. And he focused mainly on the interventions that he thought were going to improve the lives of Botswana. And well, this is an expectation, at least according to me, from any debate that is to ensue before an election. People deserve to be told what the party aspires to do to the population.
Rendaba is becoming somebody that people need to not. People are not taking him seriously. But I think it's becoming a threat. In the sense that people body sympathy votes like it looks like that because he comes out as a normal Motswana or say to as a projector. I mean that brought home Botswana as a people. So I think in his delivery he stayed true to his principles and he's starting to appeal to the neutral ground.
I'm very curious about something here. You could break this down for me. And we are saying when I represent the UDC, and you're showing humility. Do you think the characters of these men have cascaded down to the parties? But it's far removed from what the parties stand for.
Yes, that brings a very interesting point of levels of analysis, where you check the individual that is leading a party in conjunction with the people that he's leading. As I mentioned earlier, the people who are in leadership should be a representation, a thorough representation of those that they lead. So if we display certain decorum, then well, the expectation is that the decorum is upheld by those that are being led, right? So I'm not certain, though, whether all people within the UDC are properly enticed by what Reboko was actually displaying last night. Yeah.
Okay, now let's get on to the Right Reverend Red Dali of the BPF. Your views on his performance last night?
Well, I think Rebutali, I still remember his introduction. I think he came out for Muruti. For me, I felt worried. I mean, it's what about a Muslim Mubuzana? What about traditionalism? And I think high interaction. Later on, he came back to it. I don't know what Anabata holds are the moral ground, and then say because he's a pastor or is ordained with truthfulness and fairness. I don't know. So that Helena, it clouded me. It clouded me say that seriously. But his party is 2 months old, so he has maybe legacy maybe that's why he dwelt more on so now that's one person that I am present in other.
Ke batla re buisana tshwarela hela le ra boa ha re bua ke batla gore re tle go lebella re butele ben ha tso go ya ne batla di tebaganya le bona gore a gone me ba rekiste di party tsa bona sentle a re utlwile se di party leng gore di bua ka sone gore di a go se dira ke ne batla re tebaganya le bona khanyo thata a re ke yona tota khanye re tletse go mpino ha ne re santse re ba lebeletse pele le ba itele di pele motsane o se ra boa.
We know what you're looking for.
Your specially grilled newspaper, spiced with lifestyle, sport, entertainment, politics, business, and international news. The Voice is available every Friday. Subscribe now. The Voice.
Welcome back. This is The Voice in Politics. I'm still in the studio with Khalaletsang Dinzi, a political commentator, social commentator, as well as an author and consultant, university lecturer and political scientist. Elene is also in the studio with us. Presidential elections last night. Before we went for the break,
ona concentrate thata mo go supeng bo tlhaswa bo dirilweng ke puso e hitileng ke gone mo ileng gore o tsere na go ntse mo go gone le go justify gore ke eng ba tshwantse gore ba tswe. And not to me, I think he did quite well, even though gona le one potso ga rapitsenyana e leng gore e nna e budiwa ba ile gore ba ne ba le mo puso era e leng gore even the people ba ne ba botsa ga ba ka ba imotsa. But he did quite well to justify why then you need a fresh government and all of that.
All the four of them. This is obviously a new initiative. We've had presidential debates before in the past, but let's face it, we've never seen anyone from the ruling party. So we're all excited about yesterday because for the first time everybody that done nothing. Are you happy with the entire process? Are you happy with whether the questions were right, whether the content itself came out right? What exactly is it that you comment really on the presidential debates?
Okay. I don't know how the people that were asking questions were chosen and how the questions were chosen. I think that's where we elect. This is a national debate, so the four people cannot be representative of Botswana. Because the debate in the beginning of 16, I would have asked randomly, at the top, manager, asked randomly for people to send in questions, whether social media, whether the phone call, or whatever, a platform where they could start. And then they fill time, then they can get their four. Is not important, but I don't think they were representative of the issues. Election, they're very important. Yes. For instance, I mean, these elections, social question,
yes,
that tribalism, the social question. There was a lot of conflicts between all parties. There were a lot of issues that I thought they would come out. There was no any question that was asked around social question issues.
Yes.
Even though, yes, how about the constitution? It's going to involve issues that tribalism, issues, but they should have come out in the questions. And issues are gender, issues are the violence, issues are banana, unemployment. They were dealt with under economy. So it was on the economy. How do you ask, and foreign policy, how do you ask people who are going to be your partners? Somebody asked. That's a foreign policy question. And then you say, USA versus China war. That's still foreign policy. Which side are you picking? You understand? So I felt the questions were the same. So that is why I repeat the not only these two questions, I'm just giving examples.
Yes.
That's when I felt they were not representatives.
Okay.
Representative.
One thing I think that we have to appreciate is the opening up of the democratic space that with the advent of dialogue that I was talking about. But then with regard to the administration of the whole thing, I thought that the questions particularly were relevant to a certain section of the population, who are better placed to understand diplomacy, international relations, and all of that. Not much was said about the particular lives of the people. No, I don't think there were many questions that addressed livelihoods.
Just to carry, would it be fair to say that we feel, because the way we set it up, it was very elitist. The way the legislative was not representative.
Di ile tsa anong tsa ganella mo gore constituency e leng gore e mo ina le tshiamelo go tlhaloganya se go buiwang ka sone ke yone ya mohutono the elite ba ile gore ba go bana le dikitso dingwe le ba ile gore ba mo di positioning dingwe ke bone ba nang le ba nile le tshiamelo ya go tlhaloganya se go buiwa ka sone mme hela sene se le botlhokwa ke gore Motswana ko gae gongwe go nne le dipotso ka bontsi they should resonate with what the lives of Botswana are currently facing today.
Okay, Maditsi, then let's draw it down to, I appreciate that there's an issue probably the last 2 minutes or so. Ki concerned that but we'll get to it. Would you say they were addressing the issues as per the manifesto? I don't know whether you've read all of them. I've read all the manifestos that President thing had. I just want your view on did they handle the issues of the manifesto as you would have expected them to?
I don't think so. I think Rema Sisi, towards Kenya renewal, it was very clear what I was talking about renewal. Reboko, and again, I break it down because people are always asking how, and I think he's aware. I'll go running Facebook and people are always asking how are you going to do that. And Mavane, I had a new thing. 800 and something jobs are going to come out from the railway station. I thought that was a shock. I don't know what manifesto
they do talk about infrastructure. They don't specifically refer to that. Yes.
I know the ham those jobs. So I felt for it was not dealt correctly. Manifesto BPF but I don't think, I don't know. When I was lauded when he came to him, I'm not sure. I become very touchy when somebody just states, perfect. And then the AP manifesto is very clear. I mean, every time he makes sure that we understand what they want to achieve with Botswana.
No, performance in Yawarane. Ba ne ba khona go addressa manifesto wa bone e seng gore a ne manifesto wa bone o addressa mathata a Batswana gona le pharologano gone ho ba khonne tota go addressa se manifesto wa bone o se bua ke tsa gore ha ba tsaya la botho ka bone ba bone ba ne ba tsepame mo se manifesto o se bua. I don't think I need to antagonize them before Babon, but generally all of them did well to represent what was captured in their manifestos.
Am I the only person who was embarrassed and somewhat ashamed by the fact that that was an all-male affair? The panelists were male, moderators were male, the attendants were predominantly male. Like someone on were you not, I mean, what was your view about that? Because I personally was ashamed for a 53-year-old democracy could be so male-dominated.
That is why the questions were only about economy. And we didn't go back to the social issues. Because Ronabo May would have asked questions like that. And it's embarrassing. Yes. But also, I remember commentating about it yesterday. I think it's high time we also hold ourselves accountable as women. I think I don't know, maybe we'll hear from him later. Is it not high time if somebody is not bringing to the table, you drag your own chair and join them? So TV, mass media. Obviously, and I'm telling you, in the preparations they were running around. They were there. It's just that they were in the background. So it's high time for Hareheta, Resitrano Raho Shaina. We say, I'm here.
Yes.
I was here from the start.
Yes.
And the one about Ramana Babuzani puts up Kabune Bure, I keep put a battery Jang. But you give me a horse one this organization mass media. So because in organization re nasi news. I get
your view.
Yeah.
You made a presentation.
It reflects the political culture of participation in our political spectrum. Hore but ba borre ke bone ba ba go re tota hela gongwe ta ke simolana ke re mo audience ke tsa gore di party di ne di lalediwa ke tsone tse ne di na le boikarabelo ba go laletsa bo mme if they were so interested. And then gongwe be re tsa ga administratively gore gongwe mo maemong a ile gore go ne go considerwa mo gone no go sena o pewa mme kana jang yo ile gore o tshwanelwa ke gore a ba le mo bathong ba ba tsang karolo gone go gongwe na ba tsa karolo in other responsibilities behind the doors and all of that. But yano ya batho ba ne ba botsa dipotso le bone o tale mo gore no go tsewa batho ba ba tshwere maemo mangwe go di components tse ba berekang go tsone. Yano unfortunately bone batho bone ba ke batho ba borre gape. So it reflects the participatory culture and the structure of our economy gore predominantly batho ba borre ke bone ba tshwere maemo.
I don't know. As a journalist, I was very disappointed with the whole thing. I think it could have been done better. At the very least, the two female moderators, the co-moderators. Off the top of my head, I can come up with two really good women in the industry. Just off the top of my head, as I'm meeting, the head editor-in-chief on the Voice newspaper, Imam Bukutlo. Couldn't we get those people really? I personally found it embarrassing. I think it's something we need to deal with going forward. We are slightly above time right now, but just to wrap up quickly, final word, Medinzi.
Thank you for the invite, Voice Online. A very interesting platform, and I hope Bazwana appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nna ke tsaya la gore se se dirilweng ke ba mass media kana bone ba ile gore bana ba tshotse boikarabelo se tshwantse gore se tswelle re se bone se iragala le ka morago a ditopodistana di tsena so that we expand the democratic space so dialogue.
Ke a o leboga Dipuliso, UB lecturer and political analyst as well as Galaletsang Dintsi, consultant, author and social commentator. Thank you very much for joining us here. Again, I can to sign out the Voice Online, the Voice on Politics. 25 ipona ona le rona bo sone space sena bua jalo le mme Loretta Mekgwe mo 76027544 ka 76027544 ha lo ka batla go ipapatsa gone fa re leng teng fana mo tswana wetsu ke re a ine boroko.